Let's be honest. You can't demand respect. You have to earn it. Here's the thing, most people make mistakes. They play it safe. Blend in. Wait for others to notice them. But that's not how it works. If you want people to respect you. Not tomorrow. Not next week. Right now. You have to do things differently. Today. I'm going to show you exactly how. Some of it might surprise you. Some of it might challenge you. But all of it works. Let's get started. Be honest. Even when it's hard. Let's talk about honesty for a minute. I know. Tell the truth always. That's what we were taught as kids. Right? Sounds so simple. Hold on. As you get older, you realize that being honest is hard. It's uncomfortable. It feels risky. Sometimes it feels like it could cost you big time. I mean, how? Have you ever held back the truth because you didn't want to hurt someone's feelings or make waves? Here's where things get controversial. Many people hide behind little white lies or sugarcoat everything. Guess what? They're usually the ones everyone likes, but respect is a different story. The people who are respected are the ones who are unapologetically honest. Even when it's not the easiest option, let me break it down for you. Honesty doesn't mean saying every thought that pops into your head. That I'm not talking about walking into a party and saying, "Hey, Dave. That sweater is so ugly it's making my eyes bleed." No. Real honesty is about facing the uncomfortable truths about yourself. About situations. About others and still choosing to speak up. It's about having the courage to stand for what you believe is right. Even if the truth hurts. Even if it costs you something. Even if people. I'll never forget a time when I had to face this head-on. I was in a relationship. Let me tell you. It was the kind of relationship that looked great on paper, but I knew deep down that something wasn't right. I kept telling myself, maybe I'm overthinking this. Maybe I should just ignore it. I couldn't point one night. We were talking about our future. It felt like the perfect moment. I knew I couldn't keep pretending everything was fine. I had to say it. I told them, I don't think we're on the same page about what we want in life. It was brutal. I was shaking because I knew this truth might it did end things. I won't lie. Saying that was one of the hardest things I've ever done. But here's the kicker, after that. I felt a weight lift off my shoulders. And more importantly, I gained something more valuable than anything, respect. Not just from the person I was with. From myself. I showed myself. Sweater is so ugly it's making my eyes bleed. No. Real honesty is about facing the uncomfortable truths about yourself. About situations. About others and still choosing to speak up. It's about having the courage to stand for what you believe is right. Even if the truth hurts. Even if it costs you something. Even if people. That I wasn't willing to settle for a lie. Even a lie that felt comfortable at the moment. From that day forward, I started attracting people who respected me for that honesty. Now, don't get me wrong. Honesty isn't about being a jerk or a truth bomb dropper for fun. It's not about walking into work and telling your co-worker, "Hey, I don't like your new haircut." Or, "You've been slacking lately." That's not honesty, that's just bad manners. Here's the truth bomb. In situations that matter, whether it's your career, your relationships, even your personal development, honesty is the secret weapon to earning respect. Have you ever been in a room full of people who are just going along with the flow? Nodding. Agreeing. Laughing at the wrong jokes. Then one person, says, "Sweater is so ugly it makes my eyes bleed." No. Real honesty is about facing the uncomfortable truths about yourself. About situations. About others and still choosing to speak up. It's about having the courage to stand for what you believe is right. Even if the truth hurts. Even if it costs you something. Even if people. Something that cuts through the noise. That says, no. This isn't right. We need to do better. Everyone feels that. Don't they? They respect that person. Why? Honesty. Real raw honesty. Creates clarity. People don't have to guess where you stand. They don't have to wonder if you're pretending to like them or play nice to fit in. But let me drop a deep truth here. Honesty isn't just about how others see you. It's about how you see yourself. The more you tell the truth is hard. It's also important. When you trust your own voice, you become more confident. You stop doubting yourself and start owning your choices. You stop trying to please others and start being yourself. No apologies. No filters. Here's my challenge to you, next time you're in a situation where honesty is tough. When you're tempted to tell a white lie or stay quiet to avoid conflict. Ask yourself. Am I willing to lose a little comfort right now to earn real respect in the long run? Trust me when you choose honesty. Even when it's uncomfortable. You'll gain more respect than you ever imagined, and the best part is, you'll respect yourself more than ever. Honesty may sting. The respect it brings is priceless. So go ahead. Speak your truth. Even when it's hard. At the end of the day, the truth always wins. Alright. Let's move on to the next 1.2. Sweater is so ugly it's making my eyes bleed. No. Real honesty is about facing the uncomfortable truths about yourself. About situations. About others. Still choosing to speak up. It's about having the courage to stand for what you believe is right. Even if the truth hurts. Even if it costs you something. Even if people. Stop chasing people. Alright. Let's get real for a second. Why do we chase people? Whether it's that friend who always cancels. That crush who forgets to text back. Even that boss who never seems to notice your hard work. Why do we keep running after people who couldn't care less? Here's where people may disagree. Chasing someone isn't just desperate, it's disrespectful. I'm not talking about disrespecting others. Rather, disrespecting yourself. Every time you chase someone, you're essentially saying, "Hey, I don't think I'm worth your effort. I'll overcompensate by making all the effort for both of us." Ouch. I learned this lesson the hard way. There was this friend. Let's call him Jake. Jake was the life of the party. Always. He had the best stories. Everyone wanted to be around him. Including me. But here's the thing, Jake didn't respond to my texts or show up when we made plans. At first, I thought maybe he was just busy. I followed up. When he still didn't respond, I'd send another message. Then another. You know what that looked like? Me. Throwing out energy like confetti while Jake sat back. Not even noticing. One day, I realized I was doing all the work to maintain a friendship. That didn't exist unless I was the one holding it together. So I quit suddenly. I didn't text him. Didn't invite him out. Didn't even like his Instagram posts. You know what happened? Nothing. Jake didn't notice because Jake didn't care. And yeah. That stung at first. After a while, I realized something huge. I have been wasting all that energy on someone who didn't deserve it when I could have been investing in people who actually showed up for me. Now let me guess, I'm wondering. What if they're just busy? What if I stop chasing them and they're gone forever? Here's the thing, if you're not around, they don't care. If you are around, they're not doing much. That's harsh. I know. But it's true. Here's the deal, when you chase people, it's because you're afraid. You're afraid of being alone. You're afraid you're not good enough. You're afraid that if you stop trying, you'll lose the connection completely. Here's the thing you need to understand, the people who truly value them, they don't need to be chased. They show up willingly. They make time for you because they want to. Let me tell you something I realized, when you stop chasing people, two things happen. First, you free up all that energy you were wasting. Second, you make space for the people who actually value you to come into your life. It's like cleaning out a closet. You've got to let go of the junk to make room for something better. And let's not forget, when you chase people, you're giving them all the power. You're saying your attention is more important than my dignity. No. 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 Change your mindset. When you stop chasing people, you take back control. You stop begging for crumbs and start demanding full meals. And let me tell you, the moment you stop chasing people, they notice. They may not say it. They'll feel it. And suddenly, you go from being an afterthought to someone they actually respect. Think of it this way, have you ever tried chasing a dog? What happens? Dogs can run faster. What happens when you stop and just stand there? Eventually, the dog will come back. I'm not saying people are dogs. Some people can be. So stop chasing people and don't overdo it. If they don't come back, that's okay, because the people who are worth having in your life are the ones who walk beside you, not the ones who make you run after them. Here's the deeper truth, when you stop chasing people, you teach yourself a powerful lesson. Your time, energy, love are valuable. You don't need to convince anyone to care about you because the right people already will. When you start living that truth, you become magnetic. Respect will come to you naturally. So what will you do? Will you keep running after people who aren't looking back? Will you stand tall and let them meet you where you are? The choice is yours. All right. Let's keep this momentum going on to the next one. Stay calm when you're under pressure. There's pressure everywhere. At work. In relationships. Even at the grocery store when someone's breathing down your neck in the checkout line. Let's face it. Most people crumble under pressure. They panic. They yell. They make rash decisions and then wonder why nobody takes them seriously. Here's the harsh truth. The way you handle pressure says everything about you. Staying calm when the heat's on is a power move. It screams, I've got this. Even if you're figuring it out as you go. Here's where it gets difficult. Staying calm under pressure isn't just about looking cool, it's about earning respect. People trust the person who doesn't lose their cool when things get messy. Let me tell you about a time when I learned this the hard way. I was leading a project at work with a big deadline and many moving parts. Of course. Everything that could go wrong did. The client was calling non-stop. My team was stressed. My inbox was a mess. I felt the panic rising. For a second, I wanted to yell. Throw my laptop. Disappear into a cave. But then I stopped myself. I took a deep breath. Literally stepped outside. Asked. What's the worst that can happen? I realize that worst case. We'd miss the deadline and I'd have to take responsibility for it. Not ideal. Not the end of the world. That clarity gave me the focus to get back in there. Stay calm. I rallied the team. Guess what? We barely managed to pull it off. We did. Later. One of my colleagues said, one of my coworkers later told me. Honestly. The only reason I didn't lose it was because of you. That's when I realized that staying calm isn't just about managing yourself. It's about setting a positive example for everyone around you. People respect the calm person in the storm because they feel safe. Rally the team. We did it. Barely. One of my coworkers said that the only reason I didn't lose it was because of me. That's when I realized that staying calm isn't just about managing yourself. It's about setting the tone for everyone around you. People respect the calm one in the storm because they feel safe. Now. Here's the controversial part. Staying calm doesn't mean you're emotionless. It doesn't mean you're some Zen monk who never gets rattled. It's okay to feel the pressure. It's human. What separates respected people from the rest is what they do with that feeling. People react. Calm people respond. This is a big difference. People who react are like toddlers who don't get candy. People who respond are like leaders who keep their cool when the world seems to be falling apart. And let's be real, people love to test you under pressure. Have you noticed this? The moment you look stressed. It's like sharks smelling blood in the water. Bosses pile on more tasks, customers get snarky, and suddenly your friend decides now's the time to talk about your attitude lately. It's like life wants you to snap. When you stay calm. It's a power play. They don't know what to do. Life wants you to get upset. When you stay calm. It's a power play. You flip the script. Suddenly they're the ones scrambling. Imagine staying calm like a duck on a pond. Above water. Looking like you're gliding effortlessly underneath. Sure. You're paddling like crazy. Nobody sees that part. The more you practice this, the less you'll even need to paddle. Calm becomes your default. You stop faking it. It starts to feel real. Here's the deeper message. Staying calm under pressure isn't just about earning respect. It's about protecting your peace. Life is chaos. You can't control everything. You can control how you react. When you learn to stay calm, you become unshakable. That's not just powerful, it's rare. Rare is always respected. Look. I'm not saying this is easy. I've had moments. Plenty of them. Where I wanted to scream into a pillow or quit life for 5 minutes. It's like sharks smelling blood in the water. Bosses pile on more tasks. Customers get snarky. And suddenly your friend decides now's the time to talk about your attitude lately. It's like life wants you to lose your cool. When you stay calm. It's a power play. They don't know what to do. Here's what I've learned. The person who stays calm under pressure becomes the person everyone else looks up to. They're the steady hand when everyone else is losing it. They're the one people trust. So next time you're under pressure, whether it's a tight deadline or a heated situation, remember that you can stay calm and handle it like a pro. Argument or I don't know. Trying to parallel park with people watching. Take a deep breath. Remind yourself that the world won't end. Glide like a duck. Trust me. People will notice. More importantly, they'll respect you for it. All right. Let's keep this calm energy flowing on to the next one. 4. Control your temper. All right. Let's talk about anger. Everyone's favorite little firecracker emotion. We all have that one moment where we completely lose it. Screaming at a bad driver. Slamming a door. Sending that rage text we immediately regret. Here's the deal. If you can't control your temper, people won't respect you. They'll fear you. Maybe even worse. They'll think you're a ticking time bomb. They don't want to be around you. Here's the controversial part: anger isn't the problem. The problem is how you handle it. Let me tell you something honest. It's normal to feel angry. It's human to feel angry. It's okay to feel angry. Sometimes it's necessary. If you let anger control you, that's when you lose. Anger shows that you're not in charge of your life. No matter how old you are. Anger doesn't make you look like a good leader. It's like being a fish out of water. Bosses give you more work to do. Customers get more demanding. Then your friend starts to criticize your attitude. It's like life wants you to lose your cool. When you stay calm, it's a power play. They don't know what to do. This time in college, I was working on a group project. One guy, let's call him Matt, was completely useless. He didn't show up to meetings or contribute anything. Somehow had the nerve to criticize our work the night before the deadline. I was furious. My first instinct was to yell at him in front of everyone. Believe me, I almost did. But then I had an idea. What's the point? Is yelling going to make him suddenly care? Is it just going to make me look like the unhinged one? Instead, I took a deep breath and looked him dead in the eye. It's like sharks smelling blood in the water. Bosses pile on more tasks. Customers get snarkier. And suddenly your friend decides now's the time to talk about your attitude lately. It's like life wants you to snap. When you stay calm, it's a power play. They don't know what to do. In the eye and said, Matt, if you're not going to help, just stay out of the way. The room went silent. Matt didn't say a word. But after that, everyone else in the group came up to me saying, "Thank you for handling that." That's when I realized controlling your temper isn't about bottling up your anger. It's about channeling it into something productive. And when you do that, people take notice. They see you as someone who's composed, decisive, worth listening to. Now, let's be real. Controlling your temper isn't easy. I mean, have you seen social media lately? It's like sharks smelling blood in the water. Bosses give you more tasks. Customers get snarky. And suddenly your friend decides to talk about your attitude lately. It's like life wants you to lose your cool. When you stay calm, it's a power play. They don't know what to do. Don't let strangers in the comments section make you lose your temper. Here's the thing, every time you lose your temper, you're giving in to your anger. You're saying, "Here, take my peace of mind and stomp all over it." And who wants to give anyone that satisfaction? Not me. Definitely not you. Think of your temper like a wildfire. If you let it rage unchecked, it'll destroy everything in its path: your reputation, your relationships, your opportunities. If you learn to control it, it becomes like a campfire, warm, focused, even useful. The key is knowing when to let things run their course and when to put an end to them. Here's the deeper truth: controlling your temper isn't just about how others see you. It's about how you see yourself. When you lose your temper, it feels like the anger controls you. Like you're just a passenger in your own life. When you learn to control it, you're no longer a victim of your emotions. You become the driver. And let's not forget, anger, when controlled, can actually be powerful. It can fuel change. Inspire action. Set boundaries. Uncontrolled anger. That's just noise, and nobody respects noise. Am I saying you should never get angry? Absolutely not. I'm saying you should pick your battles. Do you really need to lose your mind because someone cut you off in traffic? Because the barista got your coffee order wrong? Save that energy for the moments that actually matter. When you do get angry and you handle it with grace, people will feel it. They'll know you mean business. So, next time you feel your temper rising, pause. Take a breath. Ask yourself, is this worth my peace? Is this worth my power? Most of the time, the answer will be no. When it is, let it go, because the person who can stay calm and controlled, even when they're angry, is the person who commands respect every single time. Control your temper. You control the room. It's not about pretending you're never mad. It's about being smart enough to handle it like a boss. Trust me, people will notice. They'll respect you for it. All right. Let's keep this fire controlled and move on to the next one. 5. Walk with purpose. All right. Let's talk about walking. No. Not the it's as simple as putting one foot in front of the other. We all know how to do that. I'm talking about walking with purpose. Before you roll your eyes and think, how is walking supposed to earn me respect? Hear me out. The way you carry yourself is the first thing people notice about you. Your walk is like your life's opening statement. Are you saying I'm in control? That I don't even know where I'm going? Trust me. People can tell. Now, here's the controversial part. I'm not saying you need to stomp around like you're auditioning for a superhero movie, if you're walking with your feet shuffling, staring at the ground, walking as if you have all the time in the world. It's as if you're screaming, I'm unsure, unmotivated, not worth noticing. Ouch. Hey. I've been there. Too. I'll never forget this one time in college when I had an important interview for the first time ever. I was terrified. I got there early. Instead of sitting down and gathering myself, I kept pacing in the hallway. Head down. Slouching. Probably mumbling to myself. Sure enough, when the interviewer walked out, the first he asked, "Are you okay? You look nervous." I realized something. Before I even said anything, I'd already told him a story about who I was. It wasn't a good one. That day, I promised myself I'd never let my body language betray me like that again. Don't misunderstand me. Walking with purpose doesn't mean you should walk around like you're on a fashion runway. You're not trying to intimidate people. You're trying to show confidence. Here's the best part, you don't even have to feel confident to do it. That's the power of. If you walk with confidence, your brain will catch up. It's like tricking yourself into believing you've got your life together. Let's face it. None of us fully do. See the difference? When you walk with purpose, you're not just moving. You're making a statement. Your head is up. Your shoulders are back. Your strides are steady. You look like you've got places to be. Even if you're just heading to the fridge. It's not about arrogance. It's about presence. People notice that. They respect it. Here's the deeper truth, walking with purpose. It's not just about how others see you, it's about how you see yourself. When you move like you matter, you start to believe that you do matter. This subtle shift changes everything. Suddenly, you're not just going through the motions, you're showing up for yourself. You're saying, I belong here. I've got something to contribute. And let's be honest, walking with purpose isn't just about confidence. It's about intention. It's about asking yourself, why am I here? Where am I going? Whether it's in your career, your relationships, your day-to-day life. When you walk like you know the answers to those questions, people respect you. They might not know what your purpose is. They can feel that you have one. But here's the thing, purpose doesn't have to mean saving the world or having your entire life figured out. It can be as simple as showing up fully in whatever you're doing. Head to a meeting. Walk in like you've got ideas worth sharing. Run errands. Walk. Your time is important. When you move with purpose, you're telling others and yourself that you're someone who takes their life seriously. Here's the thing, moving with purpose doesn't mean you're never scared or uncertain. It means you're choosing to show up anyway. It means you're saying, yes, I don't have all the answers. I'm here. I'm moving forward. That's where real respect starts. So, the next time you step out that door, remember that your walk is your first impression. Walk like you matter. Walk like you have somewhere important to be. Even if it's just back to bed. When you walk with purpose, people notice. When they notice, they respect. So, here we are. We've talked about being honest, staying calm, controlling your temper. So much more. These are things that might seem simple. They aren't always easy to do. Let me just say this, if you've made watch to the end of this video, it tells me something about you. It tells me that you're not here to just exist. You're here to grow. To learn. To show up as someone people respect. Not because you're perfect. Because you're real. Respect isn't about being the loudest, richest, most impressive person in the room. It's about being authentic, consistent, courageous enough to live your truth. Even when it's uncomfortable. Let's be honest. That's rare these days. It's easy. Some people try to seem confident to get others' approval. Others get upset when things don't go as they want. But people who earn real respect are not like that. They don't fall into those traps, they rise above them. Let me share something personal. When I was younger, I used to think respect was about proving something. I wanted people to like me. To validate me. To tell me I was enough. The more I chased it, the less I got it. You know why? I wasn't being myself. I was performing for approval. People could see through it. I started to accept my flaws. Set boundaries. Speak my truth. That's when things started to change. It's not easy. Sometimes. Being honest means losing people. Staying calm when you want to lose your temper will feel impossible. Controlling your temper when you feel like letting loose will feel like a battle. Here's the thing. Every time you choose growth over comfort, you're building something stronger. Your character. Your confidence. Your self-respect, all others. Let's relax for a bit. If you're watching this and thinking, wow, I've got some work to do, then welcome to the club. Respect is a journey, not a destination. None of us have it all figured out. The good news is you don't need to. You just need to start. Maybe today. It's as simple as being honest in one conversation. Staying calm in one stressful moment. Standing your ground when someone tests you. Small steps lead to big changes. Hey. Don't stress if you mess up. You will. I still mess up all the time. It's important to keep trying. If you apologize when you mess up and learn from it, people will respect you more. Here's the deeper message I want to leave you with. Respect starts with you. The way you treat yourself sets the tone for how others treat you. If you're honest with yourself, calm under pressure, firm in your boundaries, people will see that. They'll feel it. Respect isn't just about others, it's about the relationship. You have it within yourself. If you build that, the rest will follow. Here's your challenge: pick one thing from this video and put it into practice today. Not tomorrow or next week. Whether it's staying calm when your patience is tested, being honest when it's uncomfortable, walking away from someone who doesn't value your worth. Just start. Every small action you take toward being your best self is a step toward earning not just respect, a life you're proud of. If this video resonated with you, if it made you think, laugh, maybe even cringe a little, click the like button. Subscribe and share it with someone who needs to hear this. Don't forget to leave a comment below. Tell me which tip hit home the hardest. Share your own story about earning respect. You never know, your story could inspire someone else. At the end of the day, respect isn't about being perfect. It's about being real. So go out there. Live your truth. Remember, respect starts with you. I'll see you in the next one.